Okay.
We learned a lot last night.
The remix of putting on your own roof racks, towers, landing pads, bar adapters, and the bars. So these are the Yakima Skyline towers that go with the track system, not to be confused with the G's. The G towers aren't it, or Q towers, sorry. So what I did find is this steel that just bought at Lowe's, 1.5 inch steel, or 3/4 inch steel, is 72 inches long, which is perfect for our truck. Nad's is about 70 inches wide at the widest part in the back, so we need this to stick out a little bit on each side. But because of the diameter of it and how close the tolerance is on your adapter, I put a little bit of tape in there to make it a little tighter, give it a little more grip on there. And these are loose, but even loose, you can see it's a lot tighter, pretty tight now, so when we clamp it down, it'll be very tight, very strong, and it'll stay. Putting these towers on by their directions was a little different, because they're not really showing you how to open these. And if you just sit here and try to open them, you can't get your fingers on them. We've already opened these, so we know what we're doing. Push on both sides a little bit and pull it down. That opens up to this nut, which is what loosens this nut, and gives it the ability to go left, right. And once you put the adapter in, it can angle both ways. So if your roof line is not straight, you can angle it and actually get everything level. Now this is all loose in here with this nut and the tool that comes with it. Now it's free moving, so we can get to it and move it around. Next two pieces of the assembly is the adapter kit. And also, if you can see, there's little nipples sticking out there, and there's a little track system here. This has got to go under that. I tried for 20 minutes to try to get this to fit in there like that. It's not how that works. Just put it in, and when you tighten, so missed a quick step there. In order to loosen this up, you need to get to this little nut in here. There's a window that keeps debris from getting in there. I have it open just a little wee bit right now. If you keep loosening this screw, it opens that window up more. All I need is enough to get my driver in there. Now, this is loose enough so that when I put this on there, it'll grab it and it'll tighten down. So all I'm doing right now is setting this on there where the screw is. And I'm gonna get to my window here. I'm gonna loosen it up more. I want to have a good bit of room to be able to see how I can lift that window now. When that's tight, it stays all the way down. When it's loose, you can get to this to tighten this system up. So, lay in my ring with the screw hole in it, and then just set it on top so I can find the screw. I turn it over and start tightening. It catches pretty quickly. And now it is on there. See how this is actually lower. This part is lower than here. I need to loosen up till I can have it at least flush with that circle, because that's what's going to tighten the whole thing down. Alright, so it just barely goes in. It's off center now. It's better if you have 8 arms. Alright, got it started. One on. Open it up. Loosen up my window. I don't have it loose enough yet. There we go. Now I can get to that. I'm just going to tighten it enough to take it so it doesn't come off, so I can get it on here. Now both these towers are ready to put on the bars, but we want to make sure that we're in the right place, and we have to add this tape. So we already had this one done, measured it out, got the same distance on each side, and it's loose enough that we've got a little bit of play to get it exactly straight, and tape. So we're just going to use the same measurements instead of measuring again. I'm just using regular duct tape to get on the same spot. I'm going to take one piece, mark it, make sure these are level, very close. And I'm just putting this where the center of that is, and that gives me a little bit of room on each side, so when we get up to the track, we can adjust it. So I put about 6 wraps on it. I tried several. I started with 10, and that was way too much. What's that? There's 6, and it already looks pretty thick up in there. I'm trying to keep it flat and not get anything in the way to catch the little teeth that are on the top of it. That's what's really going to dig into this tape, which I think is better than just going on the bar. I'm going to see how close it is. Mine also came with screwed ends for plumbing, so I'm going to tape over those ends. And eventually, after we get some experience, I want to put like a Rhino liner or Line-X on these bars, and they'll be indestructible, and things will not slip and slide on them at all when you have that done. Alright, this one's really close. I'm probably going to take about a half of a turn of tape off of it. Just to loosen it up a little bit. Now save those little pieces of tape. I'll start with them on the other side. I'm just working it up there. And this one it's kind of easier laying off the side of the truck. With their directions, they say to try to slide them on that way. For me, it was just easier to do it this way. And once I have this one sitting here, I'll get the other one in the same position before we put it on top of the truck. One thing that makes it easy is when you lay it down. However this one is, this one will go on the same way. Oh, we gotta get the measurement, I guess. Right there. Start with that for my marker. Same place as the first one we did. I think the magic number is 5.5. That's 5. Come around just a little bit and we'll see where we're at. Thank you, love. Also be careful if you do get these threads are super sharp. They will cut you and you don't even know it till you're bleeding. Really good tight one, but we gotta take a hair more off. don't want these tight, or you're not going to have any adjustment for once you get it in place. Now, that one's pretty tight, but we need to get it where this one is. I'm going to lift this up and let it lay down. You can see this one's going to make the same position as that one now. I'm just going to lay it there so I know where to start. And now I can wiggle it up one. Got it centered. These two should pretty much be mirroring. Pretty close. We got like a 1/4 inch there, and this one's right on. And the ends are right together. Now, we're going to have to move to the top. We have 2 landing pads to put on. We tested that theory last night, and I'll show you it's much easier than the first way I did it. Cut! All right, so we're going to be putting the landing pads on. As you can see, they say LP1 and LP4 landing pads. They go in this track system that we had installed from the dealer. These go underneath and hook, and the screws cinch it down and tighten it onto the rack. Then we can put our landing pads in the groove up here, lock them in, bars are up, and then we can do whatever we want. Now, to start this, you have to have this end cap off, and if you can see down in there, there's 2 bolts, and they're siliconed in for being watertight. This first one is actually holding the end cap in, so it goes through here, through the cap, and there's a plastic washer, plastic covered nut that goes on the inside. It might fall out here in a second, but we'll recover that. So you can see they have silicone, so when I put it back on, I'm going to put silicone on the threads and on the end of it to get it there. See, the end cap comes off. It just fits in this slotted system, and then the screw goes back in. It's kind of windy out here today. I hope the microphone's picking up all right and not making a blur on everything. So now we just figure out which direction these go, and it looks like they go long way. So your A needs to be up and down with the track. It slides in there. Now it's loose. I'm barely going to tighten it. This tool is for getting the track bolt out. You're going to need your own hex here, Allen wrench, or socket, however you want to do it. And I believe it's metric, but it's really close on this one. It works because I'm not over tightening anything anyway. All right, now see, it's a little bit snug. Now that's going to be the one that goes to the front. Now I'm putting in the one for the rear. Get it out of the way. Remember that the end cap has to go back, so you don't screw these down tight. Put your end cap back in. And now I'm going to grab silicone. I've got some marine grade silicone. Not advertising anybody. We're not sponsored by anybody. We are the storm.
We are the storm.
So this is up. This one's white. I have the wrong one. I need clear.
On the shelf right there.
It's never going to be seen, so I don't care what color it is, because nobody's going to see it except me or the factory if they have to redo it. So I'm just going to get a little bit of silicone around the threads, and then on the top I'm going to give it some extra to seal up. So I'm going to put that little seal right around the plastic. It actually covers the hole. And then I'm going to get it started. Quiet.
Hey.
Zeppelin. Barking at her. All right, I'm just going to make sure my little end cap is on here still. Okay, so the silicone is holding it to the ceiling. Last night we had one that didn't. So you can see there's a whole row of them down the inside of the cap of the truck, but they put these little rubber or plastic ends on them so you don't smack your head on them or nothing grabs your gear. Alright, so now we're going to replace this screw with the silicone. And you'll feel that it grabs that nut in there and starts to tighten down. There it goes. And this tool comes with an automatic, God, what do they call it? It's got an automatic tension on it, so they tell you to screw it in till it snaps 3 times. All right, so that's the tightness that they want on it. It won't over tighten. It's not going to hurt your cap, fiberglass, plastic, whatever it's made out of. All right, both of them are in, and they're tight. Now we have long kayaks that we're using, and we only have tracks on the back right now, so we're spreading them out as far as we can get. These are 52-inch tracks, so we're trying to get everything we can on them. All right, so I'm just going to barely touch it up against there. That's where it's going to sit. But now I'm going to tighten this down with the hex screw, and once I have it basically finger tight, I'll go back and give it a little more. But you don't want to over tighten these because you could bend your track. See, it's just easily turning, and with it, all right, I'm getting a good bit of resistance there, probably 40-50 pounds of resistance. Well, probably not that much. 30 or 40. And there it goes. All right, that one's snugged up. It's not going anywhere. Those tracks, the towers, should be able to slide right into here. When you close this, it actuates these bolts, your little axles. Really pretty ingenious idea. All right, I'm gonna hop around and do the front, and then we'll be able to put the towers and bars up.
It's in there.
Huh?
It's in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tighten the bolt that tightens this assembly up, and oh, no. These have to be tightened first, so they have to be close to being. All right, I got it. Pop that out. Pop yours out. Can you see tape out here? You can? Okay. I just want to make sure it had tape on it to do this. All right, so I'm going to tighten this one down first. Now that we know it's in place where we want it. See how it's tightening up now? It's lifting up off the... Alright, that's the tightness that we got. And now this side is solid and standing up straight. It's automatically kind of going to move with the angle in here with your strip or your bolt that's inside. So I'm going to tighten that bolt down, and that's what's going to close this window and tighten this at whatever angle it needs to be with the roof line. I'll lose my hat. Alright, we got 3 clicks. Closing when you close this, that puts that little axle in there. Now this is on here. I'm going to come around the other side quick. Alright, I'm going to do basically the same thing, but I want to make sure that I'm good. Got enough tape there that it's going to grab well. This one I'm going to have to lift up a bit to get to. Getting some resistance. Alright, that one's tight. Oh, made it off a little bit. Alright, you tighten this up and that cinches down the assembly and holds. little awkward at this angle. Oh, cut myself. Sorry about the blood on camera, folks. I have a blister that opened up. All right. Now, all 150 pounds of me. Pretty darn sturdy.
All right, on to the next one, and you're good. We're out. Hopefully you guys learned something, because we had to learn ourselves. We want to help other people. And what are these called? Skyline?
The whole thing?
Skyline.
Towers are, this is a full track, which Thole and Yakima work in it, so it's got some variants that you can get. They're Yakima landing pads. The bottom part goes in here, then the Yakima towers, the Skyline towers. Then these are the round bar adapters that go into these. And this is just 3/4 inch round bar by 72 inches long that we got at Lowe's. Not sponsored by Lowe's either. But they do give a military discount, which is a big shout.
Woohoo! I thought that paper was it. Never mind. Here's our tower directions. Okay. All right. Oh.
Have to, yeah, something.
You might as well just come down.
Yeah, we didn't do something right.
This is going to be putting racks and towers on your cap of your truck. Bloopers.
Y'all.
Bloopers.
Okay. Shout at the devil! First, I'd like to say, if you're buying roof racks, tracks, any kind of system like that, ask every question in the book, because the stuff's expensive, and if you don't order it all from the factory at one time, it costs you almost twice as much. And then you got to install it yourself or pay for that too. So we bought a Yakima full track system, but I was gonna try to fabricate my own bars and stuff, and of course they want you to spend your money on their stuff. So we had to get towers, which are down there, and had to get locks in them so that nobody can steal them. And then this little system, minus these rails, was $400 and some.
How
Just
much?
$471.
Jeez.
Just the system
Nice.
to put on bars. And we're going with rolled steel, which is where I did save some money. Instead of paying $99 for a set of steel round bars, I went to Lowe's and picked them up for like 20 some bucks. So now we're installing the track, well the tower. Once the tower's on,
You gotta speak up, babe.
once the tower's on, we'll get ready for the bars.
So, we are learning.
Oh. A little nut actually goes inside that, huh? It was pushing out.
Oh. So, we should have videoed the first assembly here. Excuse me, I'm coming up.
Get it, girl.
What?
Don't get that on film, though. Some people won't like that.
We'll just put rated R.
Ooh.
Not too much.
No,
mister?
it's supposed to do that. That's what this thing's made for. You're supposed to do 3 clicks. It's actually made that way.
All right.
Now, we had to take the end cap off to slide these in because the mounting system has these little hold ups. So, we got these two together. And before you tighten this down, make sure you put your screws back in the hole and make sure you have silicone on them so that they're waterproof. All right. Now, I'm spreading the towers out as far as I can. Oh yeah, by the way, this comes for the internal pieces of the track, but what you have to tighten down here, you need your own tool for. So,
Yeah, you need your own Allen wrench.
yep. Now, we have some longer boards and we don't have a rack up front yet, so I'm spreading these out as far as I can. Now, they don't tell you how hard to tighten these either, so
Just don't overdo it.
I'm tightening them till they are hand tight.
Nad is dirty.
Nad got really dirty today. Nad got dirty turkey hunting. Oh. Okay.
So then these go on?
Yeah. Throw them on. They're just covers. No. That can't work. No. These are just covers for when this is all you have on. So we need to
gotta put the tracks on, or the
towers.
towers on.
Yeah. But
Want me to hand you one?
yeah.
What do you need? This?
Oh no, I need you to tell me the directions.
There is no directions.
That.
Oh. Read directions.
So. Well, that's for a different. Where's the?
That ain't it either.
That's for the roll bar. Yep. Yeah. These are called landing pads. All right. So we did all that. They're on.
Mm-hmm. I went through all this. There is none.
No instruction how to put your tower onto that part. So this is going to are not showing me how to put that part on the.
Guess what we do have?
What's that?
YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna need YouTube. Probably because they aren't giving me. This is. Am I locked or unlocked? Maybe I was unlocked. Oh, that's a blank key. Okay. So I can get another one made. So this flips down somehow. But it doesn't show me how. Like here, they're just showing it pushed straight down, but they're showing this open past it. Like it has to go down under that. This
All right.
whole thing.
Go into a tutorial onto YouTube.
Yeah.